Hey everyone, welcome to English Convo Podcast.
So glad you're here today.
Okay, today we are not going to give you a 12-week fitness transformation plan.
We are not going to show you a chart of calories burned per hour for running versus lifting.
And we are definitely not going to tell you that the answer is just do both and eat more vegetables.
We've all heard that one.
What we are going to do is ask one honest question.
Which one do you actually like? Cardio or weights?
And why does the answer say more about you than you think?
That's today.
I'm Sophia, a language coach who has spent years trying to understand why people freeze the moment they have to perform. In a meeting, in English, and yes, in the gym. It's all the same fear.
And I'm Ethan, an English teacher who, I will be honest, has had a very complicated relationship with cardio for most of my adult life.
This is English Convo Podcast, your weekly dose of real English for real work and real life. We talk, you learn, and somewhere in between, your English actually gets better.
And today's topic is going to hit close to home, maybe even start an argument.
Near the end, we slow down for our word tour, some really useful words and phrases from today.
And if this is your first time here, welcome. Hit subscribe so you catch the next one.
Okay, here's the scene.
You know you should exercise more. Almost everyone does.
You get to the gym, your gym bag is on the floor, you have maybe 45 minutes.
And you have two choices.
Option 1, the treadmill. You put on your headphones and you run. 30, 40 minutes, steady, rhythmic.
Option 2, the weight section. You pick up something heavy, 10 reps, put it down, rest, do it again.
Which one do you choose? Because most people don't actually choose both, not really.
Most people have a preference, and some people have a preference so strong
that they call the other type of exercise completely pointless.
completely worthless. Which is fascinating because from a scientific point of view, both are great, both are good for you.
But people still fight about this, hard.
And the real question underneath all of that,
what does your preference actually say about you? Quick note before we get into it. This episode is designed around the B1 level of English.
Which means if you understand most of what we're saying, great. If you miss some words, completely normal. Just stay with us.
And our first question for you today, finish this sentence in the comments.
When it comes to exercise, I always find an excuse to avoid running, lifting, just one word. Tell us.
Okay, the cardio versus weights debate. It is not a polite conversation.
It really is not. People who love running think people who only lift weights are missing out on the most freeing feeling in the world.
And people who love lifting think runners are just slowly grinding their knees into dust for no good reason.
I've heard that one more than once.
There's actually a whole community online where runners were genuinely upset because people kept calling running trash, worthless, and I am not making this up, the devil.
The devil?
The devil.
That's real commitment.
And on the other side, you have the runners who watch someone doing bicep curls and think, you are wasting your life.
The thing is, most people who hate cardio don't hate moving.
They hate the feeling of going nowhere.
You're on a treadmill, you're running, and you look at the screen and it says 3 minutes.
Only 3 minutes.
And your brain says, this is meaningless. I'm going nowhere. I'm like a hamster on a wheel.
That's exactly when people try to push through. And push through means you keep going even when everything in you wants to stop.
But if you don't enjoy it, pushing through only lasts so long.
And then you burn out.
Burnout means you use all your energy and you have nothing left. You're done, mentally and physically.
Burning out on cardio is so fast for people who don't enjoy it.
Yeah, and the burnout feeling is different from being tired.
Being tired means you pushed through. Burning out means you're finished. Your body and your brain both said no at the same time.
But here's the flip side.
People who love running say lifting weights feels like a series of tiny, awkward pauses.
You lift, you rest, you lift, you rest, you check your phone, you lift.
They think this is not exercise. This is just standing near heavy things.
But after a long run, there's that wind down moment at the end.
Wind down, that's when you gradually slow your body down after something intense. You don't just stop, you let yourself come back slowly.
The wind down after a good run is honestly one of the best feelings. Everything goes quiet.
And you just breathe.
Lifters don't get that.
Lifters have their own version. It's called sitting on the bench and staring at the ceiling.
That is also very peaceful.
But here's where it gets really interesting.
The real reason most people avoid one type of exercise, it's not actually about the exercise.
It's about how it makes them feel about themselves.
Tell me more.
Okay, someone I know, she goes to the gym every single week. Very consistent with weights.
That sounds great.
But she never runs. Not even on the treadmill. Not even for 5 minutes.
Why not?
Because the one time she tried, she got winded after 2 minutes.
Okay.
And another person saw her stop and she felt humiliated.
Wait, that's the actual reason?
For a lot of people, yes. It's not that they hate cardio, it's that cardio makes their weakness visible.
Oh, that is actually really true.
When you're lifting, if you can only lift a small weight, you quietly pick up the lighter one. Nobody can see your heart rate, nobody can see you struggling.
But on the treadmill, if you're breathing hard and everyone around you looks completely fine,
You feel put on the spot.
put on the spot. That means you're suddenly in a situation where you feel exposed, unprepared, like everyone is watching.
And you go from, I'm exercising, to, I'm failing in public.
That's such a specific kind of awful.
And that put on the spot feeling, it stops so many people. Not because they're lazy, because they feel exposed.
And the same thing happens in the other direction, right?
Absolutely. A runner who walks into the weights section and feels completely lost.
Everyone seems to know what they're doing. Everyone has a routine, and you're standing there holding a dumbbell wondering, is this even the right weight? Is my form correct?
Nobody warned you that the weights section has its own unwritten rules, its own culture, its own language.
And if you don't know it, you feel put on the spot all over again.
Both sides have the same fear, just in a different room.
Has this ever happened to you? Not just in the gym, but anywhere you walked in and didn't know the rules?
I think most of us know exactly what that feels like.
And when you think about it, that fear of being seen failing, it's not just a gym thing, is it?
No, it's the same feeling a lot of people have with English.
Oh, yeah.
Whether it's in the gym, at work, or when speaking English, the problem is almost never that you're not capable.
The problem is that nobody gave you the right environment to build your confidence first.
Your English is not broken. It just hasn't been used enough to feel natural yet. Quick pause. If you're finding today useful, hit subscribe. It really helps us keep going.
Okay, back to it.
Okay, here's something nobody talks about.
What?
Your preference for cardio or weights might say something about how you handle challenge in general.
That's interesting. Go on.
People who prefer running tend to be comfortable with open-endedness.
You just go. You don't need a plan. You don't need sets and reps and a fixed structure.
You get into a groove. That means you find a comfortable rhythm and you start moving naturally without forcing it.
And once you're in that groove, your mind just breathes. For a lot of people, running is the only time their brain actually rests.
Because your body is busy, so your mind can finally let go.
And that get into a groove feeling, it's hard to explain to someone who's never had it.
It's like when you're working and suddenly 2 hours have passed and you didn't even notice.
Exactly. Running does that for some people.
But lifting is different. Lifting is structured. Every set has a number, every exercise has a target.
And you can track your progress. Week 1, you lift 20 kilograms. Week 4, 25.
That visible progress is very satisfying for people who like to feel in control.
And once you start seeing results, you build momentum. Build momentum. It means your progress starts to accelerate. The more you do, the more energy it creates, like a ball that starts rolling and gets faster on its own.
And the beautiful thing about building momentum in the gym?
It spills over into everything else.
You go to work on a Monday after a strong weekend workout, and you feel different. You feel like someone who gets things done.
That built momentum feeling is one of the most useful things you can carry into a work week.
And it doesn't matter whether it came from a long run or a heavy lift.
People who love running, comfortable with uncertainty, love the process, don't need a destination.
People who love lifting, love structure, love visible results, love knowing exactly where they're going.
Neither is better.
They're just different brains, different personalities.
And once you know which one you are,
You stop wasting energy trying to be the other one.
and that is actually very freeing.
Okay, after all of this, is there actually a right answer? Cardio or weights? Which one wins?
Honestly, I think we've been asking the wrong question the whole time.
What do you mean?
The best exercise is not the one that burns the most calories.
It's not the one that builds the most muscle.
It's the one you actually show up for.
I know someone who tried running for 3 months, hated every second, quit.
Yeah,
Then she started dancing, just at home alone with her headphones on.
that counts?
That absolutely counts. And she has been doing it every single week for 2 years now.
Because it doesn't feel like exercise. It feels like hers.
Exactly. And in the beginning, she was careful to pace herself.
Pace yourself. It means you control your energy so you don't use it all up too fast. You spread your effort evenly over time.
Week 1, 10 minutes. Week 2, 15. She paced herself so well that she never once felt like quitting.
Because she wasn't trying to be impressive.
She was just trying to stay consistent.
Stay consistent. It means you keep doing something regularly, not just when you feel motivated, not just when you feel ready, as a habit.
And that's the thing nobody tells you about waiting until you're ready.
You will never feel ready. Nobody does.
The people you see at the gym who look like they know exactly what they're doing,
They also started confused. They also felt put on the spot on day one.
they just showed up anyway, and they paced themselves, and they stayed consistent.
You don't get fit by waiting to feel fit.
And the same is true for English.
You already know more English than you think. You just need to start using it.
The first rep is always the hardest.
In the gym and in life.
Start, pace yourself, and stay consistent.
Everything else follows.
And now, let's slow down for a second.
We used some really useful words today. Let's go through them, one by one. Really understand them. And next time you need them, they'll actually be there.
Take a breath, and let's begin. Word 1, push through.
The first phrase, push through.
When you push through something, it means you keep going even when it's hard. You don't stop, you move forward despite the difficulty.
From today, that's when people try to push through. You keep going even when everything in you wants to stop.
Another example. This week is really hard, but I just need to push through.
You can say it, push through.
Word 2, burn out.
The next phrase, burn out.
When you burn out, you use all your energy, mentally or physically, and you have nothing left. You're completely exhausted.
From today, then you burn out. You're done, mentally and physically.
Another example. He worked 12 hours a day for months and then completely burned out.
You can say it, burn out.
Word 3, wind down.
The third phrase, wind down.
When you wind down, you gradually slow your body or your activity down after something intense. You don't just stop suddenly, you come back slowly and gently.
From today, after a long run, there's that wind down moment. Everything goes quiet and you just breathe.
Another example, after a big presentation, I always need an hour to wind down before I can think clearly again.
You can say it, wind down. Word 4, put on the spot.
The next phrase, put on the spot.
When you are put on the spot, you're suddenly in a situation where you feel exposed, unprepared, like everyone is watching and you have to respond right now.
From today, you feel put on the spot. You go from I'm exercising to I'm failing in public.
Another example, my manager put me on the spot in the meeting. She asked me a question I wasn't prepared for.
You can say it, put on the spot.
Word 5, get into a groove.
The next phrase, get into a groove.
When you get into a groove, you find a comfortable rhythm and start doing something naturally and easily. You stop forcing it. It just flows.
From today, you get into a groove. You find a comfortable rhythm and you start moving naturally without forcing it.
Another example, It took me 2 weeks to adjust, but I finally got into a groove with my new morning routine.
You can say it, get into a groove.
Word 6, build momentum.
The next phrase, build momentum.
When you build momentum, your progress starts to accelerate. It gets faster and stronger the more you continue, like a ball rolling downhill that gets faster on its own.
From today, once you start seeing results, you build momentum. The more you do, the more energy it creates.
Another example, our team has been building momentum. Every week, the results are getting better.
You can say it, build momentum.
Word 7, pace yourself.
The next phrase, pace yourself.
When you pace yourself, you control your energy so you don't use it all up too fast. You spread your effort evenly over time so you can keep going longer.
From today, she was careful to pace herself. Week 1, 10 minutes. Week 2, 15. She never once felt like quitting.
Another example, there are still 3 months until the deadline. Pace yourself. You don't need to do everything this week.
You can say it, pace yourself.
Word 8, stay consistent.
And our final word today, stay consistent.
When you stay consistent, you keep doing something regularly, not just when you feel motivated, not just when you feel ready, but as a habit, every week.
From today, she wasn't trying to be impressive, she was just trying to stay consistent.
Another example, if you stay consistent with English practice, even just 15 minutes a day, you will be surprised how fast you improve.
You can say it, stay consistent. Before today, maybe you could only say, I like running, or I prefer weights. But now,
You can say, I push through the hard moments, but I make sure I don't burn out.
you can say, I'm trying to get into a groove with my routine.
You can say, I'm building momentum, slowly but steadily.
You can say, I feel put on the spot sometimes, but I'm learning to pace myself.
And you can say, I'm staying consistent, even when I don't feel like it.
That's real English. And it's yours now.
Here's your small challenge for this week.
Think of one thing at the gym, at work, or in your English that you've been waiting to feel ready for.
This week, just do 5 minutes of it. Don't wait. Don't prepare for 3 more weeks.
Just 5 minutes. And tell us in the comments what it was. Before we go, we want to hear from you.
Every episode, we pick topics based on what you actually need.
Drop a comment below and finish this sentence.
The English situation I want Sophia and Ethan to talk about is blank.
Just one sentence, that's it.
We read every single one, and your topic might be our next episode.
And if you haven't subscribed yet, today's a good day.
Hit the bell, too, so you actually get notified when we drop a new one.
Next week, we're talking about something a lot of people feel, but almost nobody says out loud.
Why do we feel so guilty about doing nothing?
Resting, relaxing, not being productive. Why does that feel wrong?
That one is going to hit close to home.
We'll be here every week, real English for real work and real life.
This is English Convo Podcast. See you next time.